the stage. First off, you know him as Eddie from The Flash. Please welcome first, Rick Cosmic. And of course, you know him as Ronnie Raymond, Mr. Robbie Mel.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dead Guys from Flash.
So we used to be on Flash panel.
Yeah, but you guys know more than anything else with everything that happens with this show.
That's very
Nothing
true.
is permanent.
That is very true.
Nothing is permanent on this show.
Lots of Earths.
Yeah, lots of deaths, lots of births. We could be coming back too. How about that? Yeah! There's an Eddie fan. Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
So our volunteers are out. If you have any questions for these guys, you can line up by the microphones on either side. There are microphones on both sides. We'll get to audience questions in a few minutes. But Rick, first, I want to start with you. I assume when it came to the script of The Flash, and this would actually go for both of you, you guys don't know too far ahead what happens in the show. Is a lot of the stuff still kept secret to you guys too?
Yeah, we have to fight we have to scrounge for scripts, and usually the makeup girls have them. So we'd always go in there and there'd be one in the corner and you'd be flipping through, basically, like other people trying to act, me.
Blah, 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 my line.
Yeah, blah, 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 my lines. How many lines do I have?
Well, how far in advance did you guys know about your characters leaving the show? Was it?
Well, they sat me down and told me about 2 months before the end, before we filmed the end. So I basically went to breakfast with the executive producer, and it was a big joke among the Flash cast that you do not want to be asked to breakfast by any of the producers. So yeah, that's how it happened. And then, so I knew that was coming. So it wasn't like I read the script and was like, hang on, wait, what? That would have been like extra cool.
Alright. And oh, my mind went blank for a second. I got
distracted.
I got distracted. Yeah, by yourself. My other question was about that, and I'm still distracted. The lights are really hot up here.
These are incredibly bright.
Yeah, they are really bright. But we'll deal with it. My other question, I do remember it now.
Okay.
Is there was an ongoing theory for a while, and I know I had the same theory, that Eddie was Reverse Flash going into the first season. Was there any part of you that kind of wished that's what actually came about, and you were?
Oh, absolutely. I think it would have been so much cooler for me. It's all about me. But absolutely, and actually, I was looking at my contract after I died, and I realized that it said Jake Garrick in inverted commas after Eddie Thawne. I don't know what accent I'm in right now, by the way. Yeah, so originally I remember I was supposed to be Jake Garrick, but that didn't end up happening, and then I wasn't the Reverse Flash either. But I did end up becoming the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather of the Reverse Flash. So that was something.
You were a character that...
Thank you.
You were a character I think that a lot of people maybe didn't gravitate to at first. Not that you yourself were unlikable, but the character itself was
Thank
something...
you for clarifying that.
I had to clarify that. But you were somebody definitely that we all grew to love by the end of the show. So I know personally myself, and I'm sure a lot of the fans are the same way, we were really disappointed to see, but you went out in such an honorable way at the end too.
Thank you. Well, that was actually to the producer's credit. When I was first auditioning, I was playing him like a bit of a bad person. There's lots of children here. And they said, no, just make him really nice, make him really nice. So I thought, okay, this is going to be the nicest, loveliest person anyone's ever seen. And yeah, and so he actually did become a very kind, wonderful, person who could kind of rise above everything and always took the higher ground on everything, which is very unlike me.
Robbie, coincidentally, same episode, you yourself went out in a very honorable way, helping Barry, to potentially close the wormhole that was there. My question to you is, though, we've seen you since, we've seen you both as Firestorm and as Deathstorm. Which one's more fun to play?
Deathstorm is definitely more fun. Firestorm, because you got to do a scene with me. That was more than we said to each other in the episode. Deathstorm's more fun, but if I were to play one for a long period of time, I would want it to be Firestorm. I always prefer to play Hero. I just think there's most of the time there are more layers. A bad guy ultimately has to be bad. I think you can have a hero do bad things for the right reason. So if I were to go back, I'd prefer, if there were one episode, Deathstorm, 2 episodes, Deathstorm. If I were to go back for a longer period of time, I would want to be Firestorm.
Yeah, I mean, with the multiple Earths, that's definitely possible. We can see you both ways. We can see you just as Ronnie, no abilities at all.
I actually really enjoyed playing Ronnie because it's the most real character that I ever get to portray on that show. It's awesome to be covered in fire, but ultimately I'm not covered in fire. Spoiler, children. So I'm standing there like this, and this is what it looks like. And then I fly. But once you see it with all the visual effects, you're like, yeah, that was super cool.
And then you have to jump in place.
So I don't want to talk about it.
One final question for me, and then we'll go to the audience, and I hope I don't steal this question from anybody else. Me personally, I'm curious, what's it like working side by side with Victor Garber?
I love Victor. Victor and I have stayed in touch. I got married a month ago. Thank you. My wife is here somewhere. She came to surprise me. She wasn't going to be here this weekend. She's shooting in Toronto. But Victor was at the wedding. He's become a great friend. We worked together on a project a little less than a year before we worked together on The Flash. And Greg Berlanti, who has created all of your favorite shows, phoned me, and he was like, I think we're going to get Victor Garber to play Stein. And I was like, great, I know Victor, that would be awesome. I was like, he's amazing. I mean, not only is he so incredibly talented, he's also, he's every bit as awesome as you would hope he would be. So Victor and I have stayed in touch, and he's become a good friend.
It's awesome. Yeah, I was very surprised when he showed up, just because of the caliber of actor that he is. So, but I love seeing him as part of this DC universe.
He's awesome. For someone who's so successful and talented and has been around the game for so long, he's also just so down to earth and such a good person. I love Victor. I can't say enough great things about him.
It's awesome. All right, let's go to some of the audience questions over here. We'll start over at this side.
Okay, my question was, do either of you think that in this season that you could show up because of Infinite Earths or the Flashpoint timeline?
I hope so.
Yeah, so do I. And you're awesome, by the way. You're very articulate. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, obviously we can't say, but yeah, season 3 has lots of possibilities.
Even if I just walk through a scene, like in this Earth, I don't have superpower. I'm just a guy. I don't know any of them. I'm just walking by.
Yeah. And everyone just goes, "Was that?" No.
Let's go over to the side. Over here.
Hi, I'm Ari, and my question was for Robbie and Mel.
Sure.
And how does it feel going from playing your character in the Tomorrow People to playing Firestorm on The Flash, because they both have superpowers?
It was great. I loved shooting the Tomorrow People. It was really special for me. It was my first lead role in a series. I was shooting in Vancouver. Greg Berlanti created the show. And most of the crew of the Tomorrow People moved over to The Flash. So when I went up, when the show got canceled, I was pretty upset. But Greg Berlanti, being the amazing guy that he is, was like, I'm sorry, tomorrow people's not going any further. Do you want to come play Firestorm? I think he was just doing it so I wouldn't be too upset about losing the Tomorrow People. But it was great. I flew up to Vancouver. It was like being there for season 2. It's really about 80% of the crew that was on the Tomorrow People is on the Flash. So I knew everybody. It was funny, I was up there for, I think it was episode 3, and which means they had shot the pilot, and then they had only shot 1 episode. So I got there and I knew the crew better than anybody on the Flash did. So I walked up and I'm introducing myself to, Grant, Rick, everybody, and then I'm giving hugs to, the camera guys and hair makeup, and it was really great. I love going back up there, as Rick would say as well. Everybody there is so awesome. It's like a really tight-knit family. It's a lot of fun to work on, and I love all those people. It's really nice to get back up to Vancouver.
Okay. We'll go over to this side. What's your name?
Aiden.
What's your question?
This question is for Rick. Are you sad that Flash killed you?
Yes. I am sad. I am sad that I died, and we were all really sad because we had got to know each other really well, and we weren't expecting, just like you guys weren't expecting it. We weren't expecting me to be killed either. So yeah, it was really sad. A lot of us cried when we found out. Yeah.
All right, we'll go over to the side.
Hi, my question's for both of you. So, in addition to dying, Eddie and Ronnie also have not been very lucky in love. If they did return, do they have any hope of getting the girl back?
We're gonna be together.
Oh, that's a good answer.
That's it.
That's that.
First, they're
Settled.
The first producers are learning about it too.
Yeah. Is that a proposal?
We'll make that go viral so that happens next season.
I'm done with Danielle. I'm done with Caitlin. She walked away too quickly.
Yeah.
It's funny. My
I'm done with
wife,
Iris,
she was watching the show and she texted me. I can't remember where she was, and she was just like, "She's already moved on from you." It seems a little fast. And I was like, "Yeah, I agree."
I think Iris moved on from me, though. I don't think it was that way around. That's okay.
All right, we'll go over to this side.
Hi, my name is Amira. I'm from Middle Georgia, Macon. Hi again, Rick. This question's for both of you guys. What is your favorite superhero and villain, and why?
Are we limited to just DC, or can I go DC
They can
Marvel?
go anywhere.
I would have to say the Joker would be my favorite villain. Recently I've been watching some of the Batman movies. How good is that? Is it Batman Forever? Where the beginning of the movie, Batman's like butler. What's his name?
Alfred.
Thank you, Alfred. He's like, would you like a sandwich to take with you, sir? And he just goes, I'll get drive-through. That's the beginning of that. Over and over again the other day. But that was pretty random. Yeah, definitely the Joker, and then I would say the Flash. I really love Grant and I love the way he plays it, and yeah, that would probably be my favorite.
Heath Ledger's Joker is the best I've seen on screen by a mile. I would like to see. I'm a big Venom fan. I would like to see a good Venom, either standalone movie or just as a villain in a Spider-Man movie.
You mean Topher Grace wasn't good enough for you?
I don't think it was Topher's fault. I think he could have been. I just thought Spider-Man 3 was a bad movie. Just
Agreed.
and also I think the hype surrounding it was so big that it would have had a tough time living up to it anyway. But it just wasn't very good.
You know what? To follow that up too, what question is, other than the characters that you guys have already played, if you had an opportunity to play any other hero or villain from this DC universe on the show, whether it's a role that's already been played or one that has not been seen on television yet, is there one that you guys would be willing to explore?
I really like Nightwing.
I'm right there with you. I really like Nightwing. I think it's been too long since we haven't seen Nightwing on television yet.
I don't think there's been a live action version of it. I mean, you had Robin and Batman and Robin, but that wasn't quite it. And then they alluded to Joseph Gordon-Levitt maybe being him in a spin-off from Dark Knight Rises, which didn't happen. I'm a huge fan of the character. It's kind of like, it's just another opportunity to, I think that Nightwing is more like Batman than he is Robin. But I'm a huge fan.
Agreed. How about you, Rick?
Bruce Wayne.
All right. Bruce Wayne, not Batman? Just Bruce Wayne?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go over to this side here.
Hi, I'm Hadassah, and if you could come back on the show as any other superhero or villain, who would it be and why?
Okay. I don't know. Maybe. Gosh, I would like to get really jacked up and come back as the metal dude. What was his name?
Colossus?
No.
The one from Flash. Yeah, with Girder, I think?
Yeah, that's Girder. Yeah. Girder. There you go.
I thought you were going to merge the universes for a minute. I don't know. I feel like I'd probably want to come back as Firestorm or Deathstorm, but you've got something with that Bruce Wayne thing. Just coming up as, because they'll never let Batman on TV, because he's their biggest, he's Big DC's biggest franchise. But Steven used to joke around on Arrow that, Oliver would be walking out of like Queen Consolidator somewhere. I'd be walking by and he'd just go, "Hey Bruce," like get in his limo and drive away, and they wouldn't say anything about it. They would just leave it at that. And he pitched it to Greg, but I don't think they ever went for it.
That would be a good end of the season cliffhanger.
And then don't
never address it. Yeah.
I still think two other characters that weren't mentioned by either of you guys, there's been mentions of them on the show, but Ted Kord, aka the Blue Beetle. You could do Ted Kord without Blue Beetle. And Hal Jordan is another one that we could see on the show, just Hal Jordan, no cure magic.
I think they've alluded to...
Do both of those?
Yeah.
They've alluded to Hal Jordan on Arrow and Flash, I think. Yeah.
I think there's even been some on Legends as well. I think they've mentioned it as well. We'll go over to this side here.
Flash fact. Nickelodeon does not have as many good running shows because of SpongeBob being way too popular. Now, this is something similar what's happening with Supergirl's universes merging with like the Arrowverse. And with that comes Superman. And Superman is the boss of all DC franchise. Now, I'm worried that if you bring him in, then all those other side characters that we love is going to get pushed aside. What is your response on that?
Well, the writers, Greg Berlanti, they are so smart that I'm not worried about it at all. I think they'll have some fun with Superman, but the show's called Supergirl. She's going to be the lead character. It's similar to any of the other shows. They bring characters in, they spend some time with them, and then they either have to die or go back to where they came from. So, I think you'll get to have some fun seeing Superman, but ultimately, that's not the show. Maybe he'll get his own show, who knows? You've already seen that show. You had Smallville, and it ran for like 11 seasons or something, so, it's not something that hasn't been on TV. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Thank you.
What he said. Yes.
We'll move over here.
Hey Robbie, hey Rick.
Hey.
So Robbie, I've been a huge fan of you since back when you were on the True Jackson BD.
Thank you.
And so So that was a totally different kind of show than The Flash. And I was wondering, like, what kind of shows do you like playing on more?
True Jackson was really fun. True Jackson was a Nickelodeon show I did where we shot 60 episodes in 2 years because they just bang out kids shows real fast. We shot live audience tapings every Friday at Paramount in Los Angeles. So how that works with a show like that, or How I Met Your Mother, or a ton of multi-camera comedies, is you have a table read Monday, you rehearse Tuesday, Wednesday, you shoot anything you can't do live on Thursday, and then Friday you perform the show in front of an audience like this on all of the sets that they had built. It is one of the most fun I've ever had as an actor. They load in 300 something kids. They have an audience wrangler who keeps their energy up because it's like a 3.5-hour taping. And it's a blast. It's like it's a perfect mix of theater and television because it ends up being for TV, but you're putting on a show for an audience. I wouldn't trade anything for those episodes. I had so much fun doing it. I learned a ton. You really get to feed off the audience. A lot of people in Hollywood say the best job you can have is a multi-camera comedy. 2.5 Men, How I Met Your Mother. These are Mom. They're few and far between now because they're tough to get a hit one, but they are really, really fun. It's a great job to have. Thanks.
All right, we'll go over to this side.
Hi, my name is Anna Grace, and this is from one of my best friends, Isaac. He wants to know, what was it like working with all the special effects? Because you have certain scenes that aren't and certain scenes that are, and he wants to know what goes through your head when you are filming one of those scenes.
You can't think about it, because the second you start to think about it, you realize how ridiculous it all sounds, and you just have to buy into it 110%. The nice thing is, on The Flash, Armin, our visual effects supervisor, is so good and so talented, and they have the money to make it look great that you don't really worry about it. But there are times where, like my wife played Silver Banshee on Supergirl, and she had never shot anything with a ton of visual effects, and she's doing a scene where Grant comes flashing in, and Supergirl comes flying in and lands, and she was like, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, because Grant obviously isn't the real Flash, sorry. And so it's like he'll just like land on his mark, he'll just come in like that, and then Supergirl will land like this, and my wife's standing there like, wait a second. Okay, let's do it.
I'm always the one who has to pretend, who has to react to everyone, because I was always human. So I found myself always just trying to be like really freaked out and like really amazed and really scared.
The first time the crossover Arrow Flash, when Flash zooms in and Diggle throws French fries in the air, is like my favorite moment of both shows. I think it's so funny.
All right, thanks. We'll go over to the side.
Hello, my name is Oscar, and this is a question for both of you. What's the most intense stunt you've done in the show?
It's a very good question. There was most of the stunts I didn't really do. I had a stunt double. We all did, so there are these wonderfully, really hardy Canadian guys. Because we film in Vancouver, and they actually do all the rolling and the jumping and everything. When I had to roll out of the car, they are, aren't they? They're really nice, but very hardy Canadians. Just like you. And I had to, there's one time the Flash rips me out of the car, and I go rolling along the bitumen on the tar, on the road, and end up in the gutter kind of thing. And they actually did that to my poor stunt double. He went flying across the road and rolling across the road, and then basically I just do like the roll and like, oh, every time down, like, oh, that was so good. Then I have to pretend that everything's really sore. So yeah, my answer to that is basically I didn't really do many of my own stunts. I mean, some things were a bit precarious, like running through fences and stuff like that, which was pretty fun. But mostly it was these wonderful, hardy Canadian dudes.
When I first started playing Firestorm, they used to lift me like 25 feet in the air, which was awesome. And then for one of the stunts, they had my stunt double doing it, and one of the lines dropped a little too quickly, and he broke his heel. So I'm not allowed to go up there anymore. But it's awesome, you know, for the most part, everything's really great, but those stunt doubles they're unreal. They earn every dollar they make. They are the biggest badasses on the planet.
And they do great stuff. And
oh yeah.
They send
but they'll never say they're hurt.
Yeah. Because then they won't get...
if they're hurt, they're like, no, great.
Yeah.
Really good, we got the shot, great.
They're gonna walk broken arm, they're like, I'm fine. Seriously.
All right, over to the side.
Hi, my name is Chris and this is Paula. I wanted to ask you, Robbie, that movie Arc that you were in, it left us with a really big cliffhanger. So are you guys going to provide me closure anytime soon?
Nope, that's the way the movie ends. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I did a movie called Arc on Netflix. It's spelled A-R-Q. And I play a character who's reliving the same 3 hours over and over again. It's this time loop thriller. And it premiered at Toronto Film Festival this year. It was really fun. It was a great experience for me. But the ending has a bit of, it's left a little open. But that's just the way it ends. That's it. There's no more. There's no sequel. A lot of people thought it was the start to a series, but that series would be the same thing over and over. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. But I won't spoil the ending for you, but it's left a little bit open. Thank you.
Over here.
Hi, I'm Ella Grace. And so if you guys were to be in the Flash now, how would Ronnie feel about Caitlin's situation, and how would Eddie feel about Iris's, with the love interest of her?
What's Iris doing at the moment? I'm joking. I know.
Who's Iris doing at the moment?
I don't know what that means, Robbie.
I'm done with Caitlin. Y'all knows it. I give her a lot of flack for it.
Really? I think Eddie would be intensely jealous. Finally, he would be jealous, and he would turn really evil, and then come back and avenge himself against the Flash.
With that being said, if Deathstorm came back with Caitlin making the Killer Frost transition, there's a shot there. Things could still work out. But Firestorm.
You know, I think it would be interesting too, since we never technically have seen the other half of Deathstorm. What if it's Eddie? And that's like, now you guys are teaming up together.
Now we're talking.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I think that's another.
You don't even have to come up there. You can just do voiceover.
Yeah. Yes.
Where's Martin? It's not Martin anymore. It's Eddie.
I would basically be the new Victor Garber.
Yeah.
And what's better than that?
You're kind of like a young Victor Garber anyway.
Stop it. Really?
Get that
People tell me that all the time.
It's another spin-off for DC. We'll go over to this side.
Okay, my name's Reagan, and what was your opinion when you figured out Flash had to turn evil and beat you up?
Say that again?
What was your opinion when you figured out Flash turned evil and had to beat you up?
What was Eddie's opinion?
Yes.
I think that's what kind of motivated him to punch him in the face. Right? Is that the episode you're talking about?
Yes. What was your reaction when you figured out that would happen on the script?
Oh, I see. I was really happy. I was like, finally Eddie is acknowledging that Barry and Iris have been flirting this whole time. You know what I mean? Because I always had to act as if I was like, that's cool, like you're just friends, and like as if. You know what I mean? But, like I could see it. So it was really great. Just to walk up to him and punch him right in the face. It was very cathartic.
All right, thanks a lot. And we'll go over to Lisa.
Hi, I'm Elisa, and what would you say was the best part about working together and working with the other actors on the Flash?
We barely got to work together.
Yeah, I know. We hardly did it all.
Yeah.
There was only, I think, like 2 scenes where we were kind of like far away from across
in the
the
same
lab.
place.
Yeah.
But those big scenes with everybody is really fun. When I was up there, the cast was really into playing cards. So as soon as they yelled cut, everybody ran back and they had their cards down. And we were playing a game called A-hole.
Sorry, yeah.
And
everyone was addicted.
it was great. It was really fun. I don't even remember the scenes. I just
really
remember
great.
playing cards.
Yeah, Victor Garber was a big fan of that game.
Oh, he did. Victor gets intense. Victor's a competitive dude.
But you know, working with the whole cast was so special. It really was. There was something really cool with the chemistry with all of us that made it so fun to play with everyone, especially with those moments between action and cut. You know, it was something very special. It doesn't happen that often. So.
And how often did like sing-alongs break out on set? I'd have to imagine it happens quite often with the number of people that are on that
All the time,
cast.
especially Carlos. Carlos is always just like, start singing like his lines, or like if he gets bored, he just kind of breaks out in a musical number. Then Grant and Jesse are always tap dancing. They're always kind of practicing some kind of little routine.
Yeah, there's a lot of dancing on that set. I don't sing, so I was never up there for any of the singing parts.
Well, Rick, I don't know if people have seen this video. I know it's a video I've seen. I've seen a video of you with Carlos and Jesse that you were singing the Firefly theme song.
Yeah.
Which I thought was amazing.
Yeah, that was our friend Liz's idea, because Josh Whedon actually donated a whole lot of money to our Kickstarter, and as a thank you gift, we sent him that, and then he posted it online, and all the Firefly fans were so, yeah, right, they were so upset that it got canceled that they're now like out in full force on the internet, and they just like went crazy for it. I felt privileged to sing with those two because they have really, really good voices, Jesse.
Did you ever join in on any of the cast sing-alongs on set?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit crazy. I'm a bit freaky in real life. This is not me. I'm still acting right now.
All right, we'll go over this side.
Hi guys, my name is Tassine. I just want to start off by saying both of you guys are so handsome and I love you.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yes, both of you guys, so handsome. My question is for Rick. What was it like working with Priyanka Chopra on Quantico, and would you consider guest starring on a Bollywood movie?
Yes, I would. Are you kidding? That would be awesome. Those movies are so wonderful and so long.
You're just in for the dance number.
Yeah, totally. I just pop up with the dance. Priyanka's incredible. She's an incredible woman. She really is like a 1,000-watt light bulb, and she's also really fun. She threw some awesome parties at her house. She really included everyone on that show. She really, really is. She helped me with auditions. She had me over for dinner. I mean, she's where is this going? No, she's awesome. She's really cool. I can't say enough good things about her. And we didn't realize she was such a big star, in America, because, of course, we don't get that many Bollywood films. But all the Americans on the show were so funny because she has like a lot of assistants, and she is such a big star. They were always ripping into her about how many assistants she had, and wearing her sunglasses all the time and having a parasol. And she took it really well. She thought it was hilarious too. So it was a wonderful kind of clash. Yeah.
Would you consider doing a Bollywood movie with her actually?
Absolutely. I would love that. She's so fun, and I would love to sing and dance with her. Bring it on.
Thank you so much.
All right, I know we got time for a couple more, so we'll head on over the side here.
This one goes to Robbie. You and Steven are both in the universe, so who do you think would win in a fight? The Green Arrow or Firestar?
I'm sure he'll say different, but only one of us has superpowers. Also, it depends. If I were to go over to Arrow, the show's called Arrow, he's not going to lose. But if he came over to Flash, then he's a little out of his element. Thanks.
Come over here.
Hi, I'm Beth. I was wondering, what was your first day on set like, and what was it like developing and building your characters?
I was quite terrified my first day on set. It was during the pilot, and we were filming at CC Jitters, which was actually a cafe in Vancouver before they had built the sets. And it was when I kissed Iris and Barry gives one of his wonderful longing looks towards us. I didn't really realize that it would be all about Barry, the show, for some weird reason, because it's called The Flash. That was sort of a slow realization for me. But it was also thrilling because, you know, we didn't know what the show was going to be. We didn't think it would be successful, I mean, at all. We were kind of hoping that it would go to a series. So, yeah, we're kind of just making it up as we went along and kind of establishing our characters. And that's always a fun space to be in. But it's also quite terrifying.
My first day on Flash, I had to already have this established relationship with Caitlin. We were engaged at the time. So the great thing was Aaron Yu, who was on the Tomorrow People, has known Danielle forever. And he was just like, you know, he gave me a little heads up before I went up there. He's like, you're going to be shooting with my friend Danielle. She is the sweetest. You guys are going to have a great time. And he sent the same message to her about me, or at least he said, he told me that's what he told her. And he was right. Danielle is such a sweetheart. And we just sat around and we kind of talked about, you know, what the history might have been. And the writers were very cool. They let us kind of massage the dialogue a little bit and maybe make it feel a little more real and like we did have this, you know, relationship for however long beforehand. Thanks.